So in this video, I'm going to do another how-to video. This video is mainly geared towards new model railroaders, new to the hobby, not a lot of experience. The ones that have been doing it like me for like 20 some years, they're really, it isn't geared towards you, but you can watch it. I mean, I'm going to watch it. But anyway, I bought a Lunde Studio Juno watt kit. I've never put a resin kit together, so I had no idea where to start. So when I was searching YouTube on how to do it, there isn't much out there. There's videos on how to put resin like airplanes and figures together. So first thing I didn't know is what type of glue to use. When I read the instructions, it talked about CA. Honestly, I didn't know what CA is. I found out it's super glue. So that's what I did. After researching and talking it over with a buddy of mine on how to put this kit together and got his advice, like again, I've been doing this for 20 some plus years and I had to turn to a friend of mine who's been doing it longer than me. So I decided to use CA. So this is a step-by-step video. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hang tight and we'll get started on this build from start to finish. Alright YouTube, I got a thing in the mail. It's a Lunde Studio Juno kit. The Juno watt. I've already opened it up. So what you come with the kit is cardboard. These are attached to cardboard like that. I'll show you how to put that together. A sheet showing the buildings. An instruction manual on how to do this. Some of the tools you're going to need are an X-Acto knife, a file, a putty knife, and CA glue. So I'll be right back. Alright, so these come in the package like this. So what you're going to do is take them off. They're put on with hot glue gun. You want to take a putty knife and scrape away like that, so you get a nice clean surface like this. And then what you want to do is, because there's leftover excess stuff from the mold, such as that, you're going to take an X-Acto knife and just kind of clean it up. So I will do that off camera. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Alright YouTube, we're done. We're now going to do some painting. We're going to use this color right here, Rust-Oleum camouflage green for the windows, the door frame, and we're going to use this Rust-Oleum camouflage like brown for the roof. Here's the roof. So this is what we're going to paint it. Just basically put some painter's tape and got my little spray box here. And then the windows. Very important that you do some preparation for this. Take the time to tape off where you're going to glue. Because glue will not technically stick to the stripping. So make sure that gets done and then we'll go from there and tape it and we'll spray paint it. So we'll be right back and I will show you the finished product of the spray paint. Alright, there's the finished paint job right there. So we will let these dry. And see if I can get that one in there. And we will get to assembling the building. So I'll be right back. Okay, so once the paint has dried, we take off the masking tape, and this is what you're going to have, it's going to look like. That leaves this area right here, leaves room for the super glue to attach, or the CA. First thing you want to do is I cut out the windows, and I apply the CA glue as you can see it in the picture, and I apply the window before I apply everything else to the wall. I also get one of these super glue tips. You pick them up at Hobby Lobby for like $2 for a pack of 5. Does a
does miracle wonders. So now let's glue those windows to the main part of the building. Some windows out of plastic. The way I do it is I take this, line it up with the plastic, hold it down, take my X-Acto knife, score the line, score a line. Doesn't have to be perfect. You end up with this. Same technique, flip this over, take the super glue, super glue on the back side of where your windows are going to go, just like so. A little down here, a little up here, and now take your window, place it on the super glue, hold it down till it dries. And there you go. Nice, clean, clear window. Pretty easy. Once that dries, we will attach it to here, and this to here. Attach this to here, that to here, and then we'll start putting walls together. So, hang tight. I'll be right back. I'm going to attach this wall section and these window sections to here. So once we get them on, it's going to look like that. And then we will put the door in so it looks like that. So what I did, if I can find my X-Acto knife right here, is I've taken off some of the paint off of there by scraping it just like that, so we can attach super glue. So take our super glue right here. You're gonna run a bead of super glue just like that. And then we're going to take this, and I'm just gently going to apply it to the frame. I'll hold it down for a few minutes. Flip it over to make sure it's all lined up the way I want it to do. Now, because it's a medium super glue, it's going to take a while for this to set in. So we'll hold it down just like that. Now you can also clamp it if you don't want to hold it. But as I'm holding it, as you can see, this is the end result. So hang tight, I'll glue the other one on. And once this dries, we'll start putting the rest of this. Another thing you can do is you can also clamp it just like that if you don't want to hold it until the glue dries, and then unclamp it. Alright, so we've unclamped the window. As you can see, this is what it's going to look like. Now, one thing I did mention to do is make sure you test dry fit everything to make sure it lines up. So now we're going to attach these windows to the side walls. Again, take the super glue. So that's how you want it to look. A little super glue there. Again, we're going to take this and attach it to this. Now if you use the instant glue, once it would touch this, you wouldn't be able to move it. That's why I like the medium setting. Hold it down for about 20 seconds. Slide it off, still holding it. Take my clamps. Clamp it down to hold it. And again, we'll let it dry and continue on with this video. All right, on to the next step. To do two walls, to make them straight. If you notice on this piece, there's a little groove right down here. This groove, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, fits right in there. So literally the two sections are going to sit like this. Now to do this, again, you want to make sure you're dry fit. You need to have some straight corners or else you're not going to be square. You can do it two ways. You can use a triangle. As you can see, I'm using a cutting board. The cutting board straight, the triangle straight. What we will do is I will glue it like this. I will put the glue together and I will put the triangle together and then I will hold it like this till it dries. Now, seeing how this is my wife's table, and if I were to get any glue on this table, she'd kill me. Give me a second, I'll be right back to put something under here so if any of the glue seeps down, it won't get on her table and I won't die. And I can make future videos for you guys. So actually, you know, we'll just use this because that's right here. So let's get this done. Let's get this going. So I'm going to take my super glue, my CA glue, and I'm going to put a bead starting from the top all the way to the bottom. This is where this glue tip thing comes in handy. Just like that. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wall and I'm going to put it right there like that. Slide it in, line it up, and hold it till it dries. Now I would clamp it, but I'm finding out my clamps aren't long enough to do this, so I'm actually going to have to physically hold this. So instead of sitting here and you guys watching me watch glue dry, I'm going to turn the camera off, come back once I get the two wall sections together, and then our next section will be putting the back wall section on to the other wall and then clamping it all together, putting a roof on and chimney, and we should be done. These kits are pretty easy. This has taken me about 3 days to do, from start to finish, 2 hours about a day. So I mean, it's a nice little kit, first kit I've ever done for Lunde Studios. I like it. Not a lot of painting. So. All right, so now we're going to glue the opposite wall sections. So what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to glue this here and then glue the back wall on. What actually I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue the two back wall sections together like this. So I have a seam on both ends. Again, using the triangle. When I glue the two pieces together, I'm going to glue it like this. And then we'll set it up on the triangle and it'll be plumb or straight. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my CA glue and I'm going to come on the inside, make sure I get some glue going, flowing here. Just a little bit. Just enough to get the two pieces to stick together. Again, using the triangle as the guide, make sure the two sections are together. And the corners are flush. And I'm going to hold it there for a little bit to make sure all this dries up. Now I know my head's in the way, so I'm trying to look at what I'm doing. So after that's done, hold it. And then we're done. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, the two things are completely dry. I mean, the seam is about as best it's going to get. Now, what I'm going to do just to reinforce this is I'm going to put some CA glue right down the middle, right down here in the thing. That's what the instructions tell you to do. So we'll do that. I'm making a video, didn't you?
It's okay.
Not to get the babies.
Okay. Oh, my way.
No. Now we're going to glue the two pieces together. Lunde Studios is pretty cool. They give you little rubber bands to put the thing together, which is cool. So we're going to put a bead of glue just like we did the other one. Those are dogs barking in the backyard. Barking at their shadows. Now they're barking at the neighbor's kids that they see every day. And just bead of glue down there. Now because we did it perfectly square, this will fit right into here. This will all come together. Now, and you're going to apply pressure to it. This is where the rubber bands do come in handy, though. Put on the roof. I've dry fit the roof. Just like so. It fits. We'll take it out. There's a little thing for a chimney that we'll put on later. So now we will super glue. I'm going to apply some CA glue to there, and there to hold the roof in. As you can see, I put the rubber bands in to hold the building together as it dries. Here I'm going to cake on the super glue because I want to make sure it dries or sticks to this, to both. And then we just drop in. The roof is so. I will let it sit there. Give it a little pressure. Once it dries, I'll come in from the bottom and then seal it again with some more super glue. Since this is a long enough tip, I'll be able to do that. As a matter of fact, I can do it now. All I do is tip this over, come in here, make sure I have super glue flowing. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just going along here and putting some super glue along the roof line. So it sits. And that, my friend, are how you put a Lunde Studio kit together. Alright, YouTube, so after everything's glued, we took the rubber bands off. This is the final product, and this is where it's actually going to sit on the layout. So, kind of pan over, give you an overall shot of the downtown area. Sorry for the sniffling, it's allergies are killing me today. So, there it is. All painted, all the windows, all the CA is dry. There's the rooftop. I haven't put the chimney on because I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just not too interested in the chimney part. So, give me a second. I'm off the tripod here. So, that's the finished product, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I helped new model railroaders in this hobby figure out how to put buildings together. So, thanks for watching.